Some things that we know we've got to continue to really improve on, but really had good focus from everyone, and got to certainly take care of the ball better. There's no question about that. But overall, the effort in a game like that against a team that was playing a high-tempo game with us, and but we've got to continue to improve.
Like Felix maybe took the next step in that second half of that game?
He did. I thought what he did was terrific. Again, the way he really had a presence inside there, and we're just watching him. I mean, from the time that he's gotten here where he is today, we just think that he's just getting started to how good a player he can be.
When you went back and watched, what do you think the root of the issue was for Zakai and the turnovers in the first half?
Well, a lot of it was, again, he's so competitive, and he's being pressured. He's being guarded. Again, I'm not sure, unless you really, really study the game, you realize just how much he impacts the game defensively. I mean, he's so disruptive, playing 94 feet. Then oftentimes the ball ends up late in the clock with his man where he's going to be in ball screens. He's getting tagged, a lot. I mean, he physically, and then on the offensive end, he wants to play the tempo we want him to play, and they were doing some things, just really chasing him down, and he would tell you that a number of his, I mean, he wasn't happy with it, but he'll settle in like he always does. But anything and everything he did, we talked about it yesterday, that he can fix it, and he will.
How's Felix hip pointer coming along? I know you mentioned that a week ago.
He seems better. He does. He seems better, but you'd never know it watching him, because he's one of those guys that he's going to put his work in and play regardless.
You liked how Jordan's been able to run the offense when Zakai hasn't been in this season?
Yeah, he can, and I think as Bishop continues to develop and do what we know he's capable of, and need Chaz to do a little bit of it. Jemiah's done it before. And that would help Z too, if we could take a little bit of pressure off him that way. When teams are going at 94 feet too, where they handle the ball a little bit, and they all know the offense well enough that they could get it started just as easy as he can.
The rebounding difference, game 1 to game 2, just effort?
I think detail. I mean, effort's always a big part of rebounding, but knowing that they in their 2 games we had watched with our guys, they had made a heavy emphasis on getting to the offensive boards, and we knew we were going to have to do that. Plus a game that we thought that they could shoot 43s, which I think they shot 39. A lot of balls come off crazy angles, crazy directions, and knowing that you just couldn't run in there, you're going to have to try to make a little bit of contact, and they worked hard at it. Louisville really still made the effort to get there, but our guys really locked in on that part of it and gave us a good day.
Coach, is Cam pressing a little bit right now, do you think, Cam Carr?
I mean, he's like any young player. He wants to play. I do think in the last couple of weeks he's had a real breakthrough where he's starting to really understand the game and understand it's a hard game to play. His practice concentration has been really good in the last 2 weeks. But and then on offense, he was anxious against Louisville. First play in, we actually ran a play for him, and he didn't get it done. And afterwards, we talked about it, and he said he was shocked watching the film how slow behind he was on it. But that's natural. I mean, the more he's out there, and we're going to keep getting him out there because we need every one of these guys. But it's natural. But as a staff, if he continues, especially defensively, doing the things that he's been doing the last week and a half, it's going to work out well for him.
What kind of step do you feel Igor took from game 1 to game 2?
Slowed down, and he still needs to slow down a little bit. That's important that he'll do that. But defensively, he got in foul trouble. He obviously is going to play more minutes than he played the other day. I thought he really did a great job concentrating on the things we asked him to concentrate on the defensive end. Then on the offensive end, when he just lets the game come to him, he's naturally got excellent instincts. It's when he starts pressing, think he's got to make something happen, and he just has to let the game come to him, and he'll make the right play.
Stands out about Montana?
Do what?
Montana, what stands out about him?
Again, they're playing a high-level schedule. I've been to Oregon, obviously coming here, and well-coached, a team that I think they're very solid in their approach, what they're trying to do, how they want to play. You can expect, again, I've got great respect for Montana basketball because I've been around long enough to know the history of that program. And I was told the other day, this is the first time in my career I'm coaching against a Big Sky team, which I've never thought of it that way, but that's...
Is that a new conference?
Huh?
Is that a new conference?
No, what was it?
It's not a new conference,
No.
it's the first time coaching against.
So what are you asking about a new conference?
It must be brand new.
No, I mean, it's been around a long time, and not to cross paths with them somewhere is really kind of ironic, but I know about their basketball, love for basketball there, their tradition and about it, and so we'll have to be ready to play, obviously, because we know now all you got to do is look around and scores going on in college, but it happens every year, and the games change where everybody can play, and we're going to have to be ready to play tomorrow night.
Coach, with the portal, the way kids move around now, do you think it's going to be? You think you have kind of a luxury having two young posts like JP and Cade? I think that's going to be unusual to keep guys like that around.
Well, we hope to be able to do that. I've said before, I think it's important when you get guys like that. Going into this year, we felt, we talked about our portal guys. We know that's important, but we've always said the improvement in our program, and what we meant by that more than any would be how much JP, Cam, and Cade would improve, and I think they all have. They really have, and we expect even more improvement now over the next 3 months from them, and because they have to realize that it's close to where when you lose guys like Jemai and even Jordan and a guy like Zakai Ziegler, who's been around for a long time, those are the transition guys that you want them to carry on what we've been able to build through the years. And so these next couple of months are really important to those guys. It really is, and we need them out there, but they know that they're going to have to earn the right to get out there. They owe it to their teammates to do that, and we expect them to do it.
Where would you like to see growth this week before you head to the Bahamas next week?
We got to continue to, one, obviously we've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Too many turnovers and too many unforced turnovers. We've got that's a big area, and we're going to play different teams that like even before we get there, you talk about the game tomorrow, then the one Sunday. Every one of them is going to be a challenge in a different way, and we've got to be able to make those adjustments there. You've got quick turnaround from game to game, and so we're going to have to, again, continue to build on everything, but we have to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
After seeing what Chaz did last game, how important is that offensive efficiency in setting the tone for this team moving forward?
Well, we know, he's capable. He's done well. You really think about it, other than the Indiana game, he's been pretty consistent with what he's doing. But it's not just his offense. We want to see him grow defensively. We think that's important for him. We think that's going to help him as he moves forward. And trying to show him all the different ways he's going to have to score other than just when the ball's in his hand. He's going to have to learn to play a little bit quicker, more efficient without it, understanding how to attack space on the floor. But we're not just counting on one guy to score points. Obviously we know he has the ability to do that, but we feel this team's going to be a team that's going to have balance, and we need that.
How beneficial is it to have a guy like Cade come off the bench and block a guy and then streak down and score like he did last night?
Well, Cade's athletic, he's strong, he's competitive, and he's a guy, I think, with every minute he gets out there, he's going to get better and better. And he understands he's starting to understand more and more what we need from him right now. And as I've said many times, roles will change throughout the year. Players make you do things differently, and he's one of those guys that we hope that once he learns where and how he can score, he's going to be even more effective there.